In this video, you will learn how to prepare your homework assignments for CS100. Let's suppose that you have just completed 3 homework problems. And let's suppose that you have saved those in the C drive, temp directory, and let's suppose that your student name is Jason Jones. So you have created a folder for yourself. So in that folder you have created your projects with Visual Studio 2010, and you have saved all your work into that folder. This shows 3 completed projects: a button walkthrough, a label and list box, and a text box walkthrough. If you open up these, and let's open up the button walkthrough, here is a typical set of files that is produced by Visual Studio for every project that you make. You want to make sure that the files that you turn in look a lot like this. You might have one extra file in your project, or you might have one less, but generally this is what you're going to see. Okay, so let's go back to this directory. So what you want to do is to prepare a screen capture of the form for each project. You want to get a listing of the files in each one of these folders, and you want to get a screen capture of that, and you paste the screen capture of these file listings and your form into a Word document and turn that in, and we're going to do that. And thirdly, you will copy these folders, all the folder for each one of your projects, to your flash drive, and you'll turn that in as well. Alright, so to begin, let's go back to Visual Studio 2010. Now this shows a completed project. It's the text box walkthrough example. So in order to get a screen capture of the form while you have your environment up and going, you need to click this green arrow or hit the F5 function key, and this will activate the form. That is, it is said to execute. This has appeared outside of the window, so let me drag it in. Alright, so here's the executable version of the text box walkthrough. So you just got the little form, and notice that it is active. That is, I've clicked in the menu bar and the title bar, that is, and it is the active form. Now, with this form being active, hold down the Alt key on your keyboard, locate the print screen at the upper right hand side, and just press that. So Alt print screen. That will capture a screen capture of this image and send it to the clipboard. Okay, now that we've done that, then we can close this out. You will need to paste that into a Word document. So let's open up a Word document, and I have one opened, and I'll move it in here. So this is a blank Word document. At the beginning, you just need to type some basic information, your name. So let's suppose it's Jason Jones, and let's put CS100, fall of 2011. And then this would, suppose this were a homework assignment. Let's type homework assignment 1. Okay, now this is the first problem that we've done. So let's just put 1. This is a text box example. Hit return, and then paste in the screen capture of the form that you just captured. Now you can do this several ways. With this version of Microsoft Word, you can just click the paste here and you paste it in. Another shortcut that you can use is to hold down the Control key and type the V key, Victor, on the keyboard. So Control V also will paste in the document as well, or it'll paste in whatever's on the clipboard as well. Alright, so we have now captured the screen image of the form and pasted it into this document. Great. Okay, so now let's go ahead and save our Word document. So I'm going to click Save As. Let's make it a 97 to 2003 version. I'm going to navigate to the C drive, the temp folder, and here's the folder for Jones. I'll open that up, and here are the 3 files for the projects. I'll go ahead and save the Word document in there too. Okay, so let's just make this homework .doc will be just fine. It might be good to put the date on there just so you can distinguish different homework files when you have future assignments, but this is fine for now. Alright, so I'm going to save the Word document in there. Okay, so that takes care of that part of it. Now let's remove the Word document for a minute, and we want to get the next project that we've done. The next project, let's suppose it's an example of a button. So here we have a form. It has a couple of buttons on it with background colors, back colors of red and green. So again, to do a screen capture, we want to start up the form. So we'll press this. It pops up on the screen. Let's move it in so you can see it. Again, make sure you click in the title bar so that it's selected, and do Alt Print Screen. That sends this form to the clipboard. We can close that, and we can now move our Word document back so that we can see it. And this will be our second problem. So let's type to button example, hit return, and then I'm going to use the Control V, and that pastes the clipboard contents, which is the screen capture of this form, into the Word document. So this is how you do each one of your homework problems. Run the program, capture the form, paste it into a Word document. So I'm going to save that. Move this out of the way. Now we have our third problem. So in this case, we have a form with a label and a list box on it. So let's assume this is a third problem that we needed to turn in. In order to get a screen capture, start it up here, or use the F5 function key. Here's what the form looks like. Make sure that it's highlighted or selected by clicking on the title bar, and then do Alt Print Screen, and that sends a copy of this to the clipboard. Okay, we're finished with that. We can bring back our Word document a third time, and let's add problem 3, label and list box example. Okay, hit return, and Control V will paste that in. Alright, so now you have captured the screen image for each of the three problems. Alright, so that's part of it. The other thing that you need to turn in is a listing for each of these problems. I want to see a listing of all the files. So let's see how to do that. Alright, save the Word document, and let's move it to the side for a moment. I'm going to go get the listing of the files once again. So I'm going to move that window back in so we can see it. So we have the button walkthrough, label list box, text box walkthrough, and now we've got our Word document in here. You need to open up each one of your project folders and get a listing of those files and paste that into the Word document. So let's start with the text box walkthrough. So just double click to open the folder, and now you see the complete listing of files. This is what I want to see turned in. So capture this window. Just do Alt Print Screen again. Move the Word document back in so we can see it. And let's scroll down and place the cursor right after the screen capture of the form for that walkthrough. Do a Control V to paste it in. So now, okay, that's a little large. Let's resize this a little bit. Make it a little smaller. Now we can see them both. So for the text box example, we have the screen image of the form, and we have a screen capture of all of the files that go with that project. These are the two things I want turned in for each problem. Alright, so let's save that, and we need to repeat this for the other two. Okay, so go back and go back to the Jones directory. The second problem was the button walkthrough. So let's open up that folder with all the project files. Okay, there they are. And we'll do Alt Print Screen again. Bring the Word document back. And let's scroll down to the button example. Make some space. And then we'll paste in the listing of files that go with it. And you can resize these a little bit to make them smaller. Okay, so here's the first homework problem. Text box, list of the files. Second homework problem, button walkthrough, list of files. And now we need to do the last one, which is the label and list box example. We'll put that on a second page. So I'm going to save this. I'll move the Word document out of the way. And let's go back to the file on the C drive temp folder Jones directory. So the last one, the label and list box. So let's open that up. And here are the files, and they all look very similar. The only thing that will change is the name. But you want to make sure that this is the list of files you have. Alt print screen. And we move our Word document back in here, and we paste it in. Alright. So there you have it. That's what you need to turn in for the first homework assignment. Let's save this and move it out of the way for the final time. The other thing that you need to turn in with your homework is a thumb drive or a flash drive with all of the files on it that you created from your projects. Now, what you're seeing on the screen now are two separate windows. The top one is from your computer or the classroom computer. So it's the same set of projects files that we were just looking at. It's on the C drive temp folder under fictitious student Jones. So now there are three project files here representing three different Visual Basic projects, plus the document that you just saved for your homework. At the bottom is a listing of files on a memory stick, and right now there's none there. So if we just, this is a computer, and here is drive I, and currently this just has a couple of folders on it. So there's a CS100 folder and there's a CS100 homework. So you will need to copy the files from the computer onto the flash drive and include that with your homework. So let's do that. Alright, so I want to put these folders from the projects into this homework folder here on the flash drive. So let's open up the CS100 homework folder, and there's nothing there. So all we need to do is then just go up here, and I'm going to select all of these files. These are complete folders. Right, so the folder for the button walkthrough, and I'll hold down the Shift key. I'll select the folder for the label and list box project, and the folder for the text box project, and finally the document. So I've just selected these three folders plus the Word document. It's important that you copy the entire folder contents and not try to copy single files one at a time. Okay, so I'm just going to drag all those three folders and the Word document down here to my thumb drive. And now you see that it's copying. And now it's finished. So on the thumb drive, I now have the folder for each of the three projects, and I've got the Word document. Okay, let's just spot check one of these. Let's look at the text box walkthrough files that I copied to the flash drive. Okay, I open it up and I verify that yes, indeed, all the files are there. Okay, so that's great. This is what you need to turn in. It's important that you do this way because I need all those files in order to bring up the folders and bring up the projects and grade them. So if you've done all that, then this is complete. You can close out your flash drive file browser window here and just remove the flash drive, put that into an envelope with the printed out forms and screen captures of your Word document, put your name on everything, and then just turn that in. Alright, so that constitutes everything you need for the first homework assignment. Let's just take a look at what you'll need to do in future homework assignments. Alright, so again, let's go back and use this project. Here's the Visual Basic environment sitting up here with this project open. So I'm going to double click on the form, and this will open up what's called the code window. And let's remove these windows so that you can see it easily. Now there's nothing here right now, but in later projects you're going to be writing programs, and those programs are going to show up here in what we call the the form window or the code window. You will need to print out the code and turn that in along with the other stuff that I've just talked about. When you reach that point, the only thing you need to add to this is make sure you're viewing the code in this window. Go to the File menu, and you can print directly from there as you would normally do with Word documents, Excel, PowerPoint, and so on. So just select Print and choose the printer and print it, and you're done. So that's the only additional item that you'll need to turn in for your projects beyond the first homework assignment.